Your identity shapes your purpose. Who you believe that you are, what you believe to be true about yourself, is the person that you're going to work towards. Because think about it, who you believe that you are innately correlates to the actions that you take, and ultimately the actions that you take, when they continue to compound each day, causes you to become your future. Because the actions that you take today are going to affect your future. And it doesn't seem too significant when you think about it. You don't actually think about the person that you want to become, nor do you really think about the actions that you take. You just continue with the actions. But when you really think about it, the actions that you took a year ago, that you've been taking since a year ago, have compounded to become the person that you are now. But it all starts with a shift in your mindset, a shift in the person that you perceive yourself to be. If you look at yourself and believe that you're not really worthy, that you're not good enough or smart enough, then ultimately what's going to happen is that you're going to work towards that person. It's going to show in your actions. For instance, if you don't think you're smart enough at school, then you're not going to want to study. You're not going to want to take the actions of being a successful student. And ultimately, when you don't take the actions to become a successful student, and instead you fry your dopamine receptors and you fry your brain by watching pointless content on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, then ultimately you are going to become that person. So the simple identity from the start that you perceived yourself as correlated to your actions, and that correlated to your purpose and being purposeful. Because when you believe that you couldn't do something, then you were not purposeful. Instead, you might look at yourself and go, okay, right now, I may not be doing the best in school. Like, this is just an example. This correlates to every aspect of your life, whether your faith, whether that be your physical state, especially. That's a big one. In the gym, if you don't think you're fit enough, if you don't think you're good enough, you don't think that you have the ability to build a positive physique, then you are not going to take those actions, and you're not going to be purposeful. You're not going to look at that as part of your purpose in going into a better individual and building a better physique. And it all starts in that mindset shift, because it's so true. That's the thing. If you're not optimistic and you don't look at life with a positive lens, and you have that as a part of your identity, then you're not going to take positive actions. You're not going to take actions that allow you to be positive in your life. And ultimately, in the long term, in the future, you're not going to be a positive person, an optimistic person. You're not going to really be successful if you're not optimistic. So just think about how you perceive yourself. Do you perceive yourself in a positive light or a negative light? And the thing is, we all have places of weakness. We all have places that we need to improve on. We all do. Every single person, even if you're the most successful person in the world, you have something to improve. Even the greats could have been greater. So that just shows for us, we all have things to improve on. So it's not about going, oh yeah, I'm so great, all sunshine and rainbows as a part of your identity. But it's about perceiving yourself as positive and knowing that you have potential inside of you, that God has a great plan for you. God wants to prosper you and allow you to be the best version of yourself. So once you know that, then you can begin working towards that person. And it all starts in your identity. Not just saying, I'm not good at this, but knowing that right now, okay, maybe you're not the greatest at something, but then thinking about, wait a minute, I can actually move towards being good at that. Right now, I'm not achieving in this area, but I can achieve in this area. And I know that I can achieve in that area. And that is a mindset that you need to have. Because once you have that mindset shift, then it will become integrated into the actions that you take. You will take decisions that adhere to that identity. And then ultimately, you will be able to take the actions and build the future that you want. Build the future version of yourself that is successful, that is a person of God. And you just become the individual that you want to become. So start the shift in your identity today, because it will truly change your life and allow you to grow into the person that you want to become. And another aspect of this as well is it allows you to turn away from negativity and sin. Because the truth is, if you perceive yourself as someone that gives into sin, a bad habit, if you perceive yourself as someone who scrolls, who's distracted, if you perceive yourself as someone who's lustful, if you perceive yourself as someone who is unworthy, if you smoke or drink alcohol, if you perceive yourself as somebody who does that, you're going to be more inclined to do that. So for instance, if you're a smoker and someone asks you, do you want a cigarette? If you have a mindset of, oh, okay, I'm a smoker, or I'm trying to quit smoking, then you're more inclined to give in, and you probably will give in. But if you have a shift in your identity and you go, no, I'm not a smoker. I'm not a smoker. I've got nothing to do with that. Then when someone asks you, instead of saying, oh, I'm trying to quit, or I'm a bit of a smoker, things like that, which will make you give in, you say, no, that is not me. That is not who I am innately. That is not a part of my identity. And so that just shows you how powerful the shift in an identity is, in the identity that you have, the way that you perceive yourself. And this translates to all aspects of sin and the temptations that you face. And as well as that, instead of just saying, okay, I'm not a smoker, or okay, I am not someone that gets into lust, you can also flip that. You can actually flip that into the more positive identity, or the more positive frame of mind that says, I am a child of God, or I am someone that is building my future self, or I am someone that is a creator. I don't consume, I create. So just think about that shift today. That's all I want to do. Just as an actionable step, just think about it. You can write it down if you want, because writing down is a positive thing. It allows you to clear up your mind and organize your thoughts in a logical manner. But just think about it. Just step outside, look around and just think, who do I perceive myself as? What is my identity? Think about the way that you view yourself, and then try to shift it into a more positive light to allow you to become a better individual, to grow, to improve through Christ, to improve as an individual and renew your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video, that you could gain some insights. And if you did, please just share this message if you want to, if you feel that other people can hear this. So I really hope you enjoyed, and have a truly blessed day.